How you going, guys? Luke from Mud Dirt Waves. I'm in my favourite place, the Man Cave. And if you're a bit like me, you've probably been to the Brisbane 4x4 show and got yourself some goodies, which I have got. So let's show you what I've got and what I'm going to be doing. So if you've been following me, you know I own a Hilux Rogue and I've been building it up. And the next thing I want to do is install a rooftop tent. But before I do that, I need to get myself a roof rack. So I've gone and got myself the Ironman Raid roof rack, which I think looks pretty cool. And I've unboxed it and she's ready to go. So she's all laid out. And I'll tell you what, Ironman have definitely stepped up their game the last couple of years, quality-wise, and making their stuff just look even cooler. So I've got the Raid bull bar as well, which looks awesome on the Hilux. But there's the packaging. It's really, really well packaged. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I've checked over all the finish, and the finish is mint. So let's get on to the next part and start getting this bugger together, eh? Let's go. Okay, so about an hour later, she's all built and ready to go on the car. So got a light bar. This is where the light bar goes. And this piece here is just sitting here for a minute because that goes on last when it goes in the car. But basically that's what it's going to look like when it's all finished. And that piece there will go over the top here if you don't want to put a light bar on. So looking pretty good. Went together pretty easily. So let's get the car in here and the fun bit. Okay, so the fun bit begins. Drilling the holes out and marking. So the instructions provided by Ironman are pretty good, but there's a couple of things that I didn't do because I didn't feel you needed to, but which I'll show you first. So first I've got to mark out the holes, which I've done here. That was all straightforward and good to follow. And the next part, they asked you to take half the bloody interior out, which I did not need to do. So basically on the interior, it's going to tell you to take out the bloody back seat and all these side pillars and all this. You don't need to. All I've done is drop down the handles up here, and that allows you to pull that down and get access under there. But just be careful of the wires. Make sure you're really careful of the wires when drilling. And in the back here, it's asked you to take the whole seat out and everything, but you don't. I've just popped off the seat belt there and this the back handle, and that allows you to pull that down too. So that's all you need to do there. Saves you a lot of time. And obviously just pull these channels out so you can pull that down. And just a bit of a tip when you're drilling your holes, make sure you got tape on here just in case you slip with your drill bit because you don't want to scratch your paint, and have a vacuum cleaner handy. So when I was drilling, I drilled out, you got to drill out a 9mm hole. So I started with a smaller drill bit just to sort of like a pilot hole. And when you're drilling, just drill a little bit and you'll get a heap of filings there. Just suck that out with the vacuum cleaner, continue on, suck, continue. And then that's where we're at. So now I'm just going to go and seal these holes up with some paint and then get on to the next bit, which is installing these, which go in here. So I'm going to install those, and that has silicone on it, but we'll get that done next and get the rack dropped on. Let's go. All right, just doing side number 2. Now just keep in mind when you're drilling the second hole, so you got the first one, second one, third one. The second one here, which is pretty much in line with the handle. Now underneath here, there's a cable. Probably can't see, but there's like a yellow cable there. That pretty much is almost underneath where you got to drill the second hole. So just grab that and just pull it out of the way. You'll feel you can pull it over where the handle sort of bolts onto, sort of pull it over that little lump there, and it'll sort of stay in place, and then go ahead and drill your hole. But the first and third holes, they're pretty much clear. Just once again, just get your hands under there and just check, and just take your time, guys. Let's keep going. Okay, I'm just up to putting the mounting points in the roof and the gutter, so all the holes are drilled out, they're all painted up so they're not going to rust. Now, when you get to this point here, hole number 2 is a bit of a pain in the ass, and I'll show you why. Now inside, up under here where the handle goes on, you'll see that. So the bolt's actually up under there if you can see it. So it's hard to get a spanner to. So also advise just to undo this handle here too, so you can pop a bit more of the roof line down, so you can just pull the roof line down a bit more. And I recommend one of these spanners here and a magnet, because I guarantee you're going to drop the nut in the bloody washer a couple of times. I dropped it about 4 times and it drops in a little channel up there. So had those tools, and you should be right. It's all ready for the rack to go on, but I was just checking that I make sure I can get in and out of the man cave, which I can. So I'm going to whack it on. It'll just suck come have done, knock it out. All right, next step is you have to put these spacer plates on. Now Ironman suggests you use some double-sided tape, which I tried, and they just not sticking well enough. So I just put a couple of little tiny little dots of super glue on each one. and just drop them on there. That way if I need to move them, I can just give them a big tap and they'll come off. So in my opinion, when I'm putting the roof rack on there, double-sided tape is going to probably push them around, and that's not good. So let's get the roof rack on. And I'm just going to put a blanket on here too, so we don't get no scratchy scratch. Now, like if you've got a short missus like I do, you're going to have to do this. Strap it up on the roof, drive it underneath, and now we're going to lower it down and bolt her up. So let's go. Alrighty, 2 hours later and I'm finally done. Would I recommend doing this yourself? If you're not really good on the tools, nah, don't even bother. Pay the 600 bucks, get it fitted, and go out and enjoy your Saturday. Go wheeling or bloody get on your jet ski, whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but I got it done. But overall, it looks good. I'm happy with the finish. And I'm gonna go get my jet skis ready, because I'm hitting the water tomorrow, because I've got much better things to do than play with this anymore. So that's the build at this stage, guys. There'll be probably a rooftop tent coming next, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Just one more thing, guys. If you're looking for the best 5D floor mats in Australia and other four-wheel drive accessories, simply head to the link in my bio, osgo4wheeldrive.com.au, and there's also an Easter sale on 10% off right now. So get onto it. See you later.